Hello.
Hi. Howdy. How's it going? Hi, Rick. Hi, Margarita. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Julie. Hi, Missy. Hi, Justin. Hi, Corey. How's everybody doing?
Hey, Missy.
We can't hear you, Annie.
You can't hear me. My...
Can't hear you.
You hear me? Hello? What the heck?
I can hear you there. Say something.
Something.
Okay, that heard you that time. I don't know what happened.
See, sometimes when we start up the broadcast, you'll be the one that I can't hear. So I don't know if it's just a delay or what it might be.
Oh, I don't know. I thought I hit something over there. So okay, well, everybody can hear you.
Yay!
I'm just old. I'm going fucking deaf anyway. So anyway.
What? What?
Please tell me you're kidding. Good Lord.
Hey, Fluffy. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Billy. Hi, Justin. Hi, Margarita. Hi, Terry. Hello, Rick.
So it's been a while since I've been on. I was going to go on when I was off, but I went and got my tattoo finished.
Hey.
So my tattoo is all done. It's all finished. It's super colorful.
Hey, and, Mandy.
Of course, I got Cash's hoof print.
Oh, awesome.
My tattoo artist freehanded.
Did he really?
His printer died. So he used that clay thing that they put his hoof print in. And he put a piece of paper over it just to get the shape. And he freehanded the whole pad and his hoof and the veins and everything. Freehanded it.
Shut up.
He had nothing on my arm to do it. That's why it made it all the more better to me. And the lollipop I have here, he just kind of touched up my heart.
Yeah. Revived the color a little bit.
Yeah. Because this was like 9 years old. I got it when Lolly was a baby.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just been busy. They are coming tomorrow to start my roof. They dropped off the dumpster and all the roof stuff today out in my yard.
Oh,
so yeah. So they're coming tomorrow morning. I know them fuckers are going to start at probably 6 a.m. So I got to keep these two in the house most of the day because of all the nails going to be flying over.
Oh, gracious.
Oh, tomorrow's going to be hellish. And then I work Wednesday, Thursday, and then guess what Friday is?
Amateur lobotomy day?
It is our girls' weekend. So Julie, Cecilia, and Terry, and me and you, the 5 of us girls,
and Rita
are going to be having a good old time this weekend, and I can't wait. That's what I said.
Oh, I didn't hear Rita's name. Sorry.
I said Rita, Terry, Julie, me, and you.
Oh, okay. Good stuff. Yes, the nudist beach.
And the nudist beach. Yes, we're going to the nudist beach. Hi, Chrissy. Podcast just started. You haven't missed anything. If you want to join. Did we just freeze? I don't know. We're gonna be.
Gotta make sure my Brazilian wax is on point for this weekend. If we're going to the nudist beach.
I just have to shave. I mean, I haven't shaved since probably 2 months. I ain't got nothing to shave for. Ain't nobody gonna see it. There ain't nobody gonna see it, and the pigs don't give a shit about my legs. So.
I don't like it when it starts pulling on the bed sheets. and I don't like it when it starts poking out my underwear. So I keep it.
Well,
that's just me, though. That's just me.
So tonight we are talking about infinity. And I've heard infinity and beyond, and infinity and the number 8 that's never ending. And I always like that.
No, Sandy, we're not really going to a nudist beach.
No, we're not really going to a nudist beach. No. I mean, we could just be running around nude if we wanted. We rented a cabin, and it's on one of those springs. So anyway, tonight we're talking about infinity. I did some research and found out what an infinity really is. And it makes you think outside the box a little bit. It did me. I found it pretty interesting. So when you're counting, like, what's the highest number ever? Just keeps going. There is no highest number.
Mm-mm.
It just keeps going. You can count and count and count and count and count. And in space, have you ever had that wax? Have you had the Brazilian wax, Annie?
Hell no.
Oh, hell no. I don't do waxing.
The only thing I get waxed is my eyebrows.
Oh, no. I don't
and if I'm really feeling fancy, they can get this little patch of Pico's hair that comes out because, hormones happen.
I have never touched my eyebrows. I've never plucked them, shaved, nothing. I've never touched my eyebrows. And I can show you baby pictures of me, like when I was 5 or 8 months old, and I have the same exact eyebrows.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Never touched them.
Mine never recovered from the late 90s, early 2000s. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So anyway, space. It's a never-ending world out in space.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to go on and on and on. But really, honestly, how far does it go? So I watched this documentary, and there's this physicist, Alan Lightman, theoretical physicist, Delilah Gates, philosophers, mathematicians, and cosmologists. And they, what is infinity? Is it a number? Is it a place? Is it an idea? Or is it a concept? So all of these people came together and they believe that it's everything. There's no particular thing.
I was going to say the concept of it is infinite itself. So
it's right.
It is what
Ideas are infinite. Yes. Ideas are infinite. The numbers are infinite.
Mm-hmm.
They keep going. So if you were to count, it would just keep going longer than our lifetime. It goes back to as early as we know, writing, counting. Whoever invented writing invented counting and said there's always one more to add. There's always one more to add. So, and visions, scary and intriguing. Visions of the bottomless pit. Where's the bottom?
Right.
What's it like? Where is it? It's never been found. The idea of time, it just keeps going and never stops. Visions of a nightmare you can never wake up from. How scared would you be? Just thinking about infinity can be terrifying. Now, does infinity exist outside of our minds, or can it be proven? It's an interesting relationship to stuff and things in existence. If you can conceive of something and create rules for handling it, it exists.
Yeah.
Example. So there's this big hotel called the Infinite Hotel, right? It's always full, but there's always a vacancy. So if they're full and a new guest arrives and they're wanting a room, and they go to the front lady, the lady at the front desk, and she's like, sure, no problem. So she's the manager, and she gets on the loudspeaker and says, everyone move to the next room and make room for a new guest. So that means everybody who's in their current room has to leave their room and move to the next room. So everyone, they hear the recording, they collect their things, they get out, and they moved over to the next room. So 1 moves to 2, 2 moves to 3, 1,000,001 moves to 1,000,002, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you would think, why don't they just put them in the extra room at the end? Because there is no end. So everybody has to move down to make room, because that's the new one that has to be.
It has to be filled.
Yeah. So you would think, let's see, why not put the guests in the last room, everything else moves to keep going and continue making it bigger. Okay. So our brains don't look at the big picture. We look at it here and now, but in reality, it's a much bigger than we imagine. Example, if we go fishing and we catch 3 big fish, we're happy. Or if you have a fish tank or whatever it is, and we focus on that and what's in front of us, and you put those 3 fish in the tank. Millionaires or trillionaires, that's still actually small than reality. A lot of people think of a circle or an 8 when they think of infinity, because you can put your pen down and keep going without raising your pen up. The moon, the sun, your eye, pupil, your wedding ring, it's all round. It has 0 sides, 0 points. When you write a 0, your pen just keeps writing over and over. We're lifting the pens. That's just, okay. That's just one infinity. Are we still on the waxing? Hi, Mandy.
Mandy might have time traveled.
Oh, she popped in. Yep. Thousands of infinity. I'm not even going to try to explain the numbers, because so in this documentary I watched, this mathematician lady was trying to explain, and that was like watching her talk Greek, because I'm sitting there going, not understanding it. And she's talking all this number, and this is, you split it in half, and then it gets into all these other ones, and then you split that in half, and then it goes to she had the word for everything, and I'm like, I ain't even gonna try to write those words down, because they're like this long, and I don't know how to fucking pronounce anything she was saying. So we're skipping over the mathematician shit, because I have no idea. But anything can continue to be divided.
That's true.
And then she's like, the math part is just one infinity, and it keeps going. But in math terms, they believe infinity truly exists because they can prove it through rigorous calculus.
Oh, Lordy.
I ain't about to start no calculus training or research. And I'm not doing math. I hate math. It was my worst subject. I'm not. We're going to skip that. So we won't be talking about the math part of infinity. So does it exist out there in space, though? Out there in space. Have you ever just laid outside at night looking up at the sky and wonder, how far does it go? Where does it end? I know you have, Annie. she'll be at a party that we're having, and I have to tell people not to run her over when they pull in. Yeah. Just when you get here, be careful where you drive and don't run over my best friend laying out in the fucking grass.
You see a lump of blankets out in the yard. That's just Annie looking at the sky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you think it can be measured in space?
It's hard to say.
Like how? How? It measured by what? Light years?
Probably. I mean, that's honestly with the research, the stuff that I had looked into that I told you about, everything out there is calculated in light years.
Well, yeah, but that's just the distance. That's the distance from one point to another point. This is to the end of whatever, like to prove that there's an end of something. Like,
if it's all connected, does it really end though?
They're saying that it can't be measured out there in space. Because we will never find the end. It's always growing, expanding, and getting bigger.
Yeah.
Nonstop. And we're not talking solid stuff like rogue stuff like this. That's man-made. We're talking atoms and pixels. And even to make them smaller, they actually get bigger.
Yeah.
Like space and the stars, they move, explode, and change shape. So say one and it explodes, and now there's 500,000 of them. So that one small thing just got way bigger because now all of those other 500,000 pieces are going to get bigger.
Right. They're going to generate and everything like that.
Yeah, she should bring the traffic cones.
I should.
I think I have some actually.
Oh,
I have some traffic cones out in the fucking barn.
Oh, perfect.
Let's remember that next party or put traffic cones.
Stay away from the traffic cones. It's Annie.
That's funny. Okay. In space, you can come across a black hole or wormhole, but to go in it just takes you to a whole new existence or an expanded existence, because you go into a black hole, but it's not just a black hole. You're actually going into something else.
Right. You're going into like another dimension.
Right. So the observable universe that we live in now, there's a fine amount of energy which is carried by particles, and those particles can only be arranged in many distinct patterns. Okay? Because there are only a certain amount of ways that can be arranged. They can be arranged. In space, okay. If space does go on, the particle patterns has to ultimately repeat itself. So that would mean there would be copies of us out there. So somewhere I would be having the same conversation with you, everything would be happening the same exact way if we're being copied. So an infinite number of copies of us. So very far apart, doing the same exact thing. So anything happening has already happened and happened again. How many times?
Right.
Isn't that crazy? So that would explain a deja vu.
That makes sense.
And that's why I was sitting there going, that's true. Paradox.
You're exactly right, Paradox. Timeline blendings.
Isn't that crazy, though? I would have never thought about any of this. Like, I never would have looked at how things, they would ultimately repeat themselves. So this whole conversation could happen exactly the same way again 20 years from now or last week.
Right.
Was that a stomach growling?
It was, even though I've already eaten. It totally was, even though I've already eaten.
I thought it was. I thought that's what it sounded like.
I was hoping it wasn't that audible, but apparently it was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. At first, I thought it was your cat, like, stretching, or, you know. Okay. So have any of y'all thought of how this would have happened before? When water freezes, it makes a hexagon shape. You thought it was yours. Hi, Bob.
I feel
We're
that,
talking
Bob.
about Infinity Bob. I think he came in late for that. So, okay. On the Earth, infinite from now, the dinosaurs might still rule. So, like, it's still by going back, and it, like, we're so way ahead of it. So how long would it take for it to get to exactly us again? Today again, you are making my medulla oblongata vibrate again. I'm not quite sure what that means. What is that? What is a medulla oblongata? I'm going to explain that one, Spirit Stalker.
Her brainstem.
Oh, is that what you call it?
That's the scientific term for it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I learned something new today. Okay. Well, I like to make your brain vibrate then, because this was, I was learning this as I went along.
I was thinking too, Missy.
Oh,
alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush and nose because they ain't got a medulla oblongata.
Oh, shit. So anyway, we only know of this one right now. This is how people say when you fall in love forever. I guess that would be why. They say people come into your lives for a reason. It's always going to be repeated. I like talking dirty and my brain never vibrates. Right, Bob? We sure did. We sure did.
I'm going to be up close and personal with all of you.
That's all right.
Hey, okay. Corey. Hey, Wee Writer.
Hi, Wee Writer. Hi, Corey. Okay. So maybe you can love someone forever, live forever, or go on forever. But whatever is happening now has already happened and will happen again. And we're only going to know about the one we're currently in. So we focus on the now and what's in front of us. I see you guys. I see my computer. I see it all right now instantly. So the light shows it. Oh, that's a good thing to see. Yeah.
Let's just keep it clean.
I got Holly over there snoring.
Oh.
So the light shows it to us at infinite speed. So in reality, though, there's no infinite speed. So when we realize, see, hear everything in front of us, it's actually us seeing the past, because it takes us a while to register in our brain. Thank you.
So in all theory, R2's already licked this spot, and he should probably just stop because he's going to lick it raw.
Okay. I can't like, I'll be sitting out there watching TV in my chair and Whiskey will start licking. I can't stand the sound of the dog licking or the cat. And I'm like, quit it. Like,
he's so quiet about it, though. That's the thing with him. It's not as loud as like what I know what you're talking about with Whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, Whiskey's a loud licker.
He's very dainty when it comes to that, so it doesn't bother me so much.
Whiskey there ain't nothing dainty about her at all.
That's her heart.
She's a sweetheart, but she's a loud licker, and she'll sit there and lick her.
She can't handle her liquor, okay?
She can't handle her liquor, and it just goes nonstop down there. Anyway.
Yeah. Back to the subject.
So we're just little specks in the cosmos. We may not matter to the universe, but we matter to us. We are the little specks, but we are all infinite. The universe could be infinite, but we have no way to measure it. We will never be able to possibly know. We will always be expanding. In 1998, they found that the rate of expansion is accelerating as well. The galaxies are moving away from each other with increasing speed, which means it's eventually will be cut off from other galaxies.
Really?
Yes. So as the stars in our galaxies burn out, and they will, because they all have only a certain amount of nuclear fuel, there will eventually not be any new energy sources in our galaxy. And we're talking 100 billion years from now. We won't have any energy at all, and life will ultimately end. There's a time I didn't exist before I was born, and there will be a time I die and don't exist again.
Mm-hmm.
Same goes for our species, and all life will end. But they eventually realign and start over. We're all here for only a short time. Universe is as well, and that is nothing compared to infinity.
Candy, I do think that's one of the reasons why we make the same mistakes, is that, it's just, it cycles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's all I've got. I fucking wrote down all the notes from one documentary except the math part. That's all I've got. So we've got your fucking galaxy and stars now.
Okay.
That's I thought it would go longer than that. Because on paper that's a lot.
Steve, we could have had you in here to help maybe explain the math part, because math is not my strong subject either. 2 times 4 equals potato.
No,
and that's
no,
about where
not
I'm
either.
at with it.
And I don't. Let me look. Right. Well, this mathematician was trying to explain something in regards to infinity, and Bob, she was like speaking Greek, and I had no idea what the hell she was talking about. So we skipped that part of the documentary. What if time travel and our timelines are a loop? I don't know. There's no way to figure that out, though. I don't know. And what about ice cream?
I don't know. Something about ice cream.
To grab ice cream, would you decline? Well, I don't know, because I mean, I really like ice cream. I don't know if I would decline. I don't know. I mean, I haven't been asked out for ice cream, so.
Maybe we can get ice cream this weekend.
Ooh. We should all go.
Because you need to lick ice cream. Okay. That makes sense now.
Well, Bob, the way that this lady, they weren't talking about licking, okay? Oh, because you need to lick ice cream. If I was licking ice cream, though, I would not be licking as loud as my dog licks. Sorry, my chair is like squeaking.
Your chair's squeaking. My stomach's rumbling. Ice cream needs to be licked. Like, what the hell is going on here?
We got a cat licking himself and a pig snoring.
And now he's biting his toenails off. So
Whiskey does that too.
Yeah.
She'll sit there and bite her own damn nails. Oh yeah, cherry cheesecake ice cream.
Yummy.
No, I don't really slurp either.
Mm-mm.
But if we go for ice cream this weekend, let's videotape ourselves licking some ice cream and see how everybody sounds, shall we? And I'll slurp a little too.
It's for science.
For science, yeah, we'll slurp a little. And then we'll take some measurements. Had Whiskey's gift, he wouldn't need me. That's true, though. That's true. If I had that gift, I wouldn't need a man. Of course, I really don't now. When you cross a virgin in a waterbed, a cherry float. My God.
Oh my gracious.
Oh God.
All right. So I just have some stuff about our own galaxy that we're in, the Milky Way galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And just, some stuff that I found interesting and some stuff that now that I realize that I feel kind of dumb that I didn't know some of this stuff. I'm not gonna lie. But that our galaxy moves 1.3 million miles per hour.
Holy shit.
That's how fast our galaxy moves. The youngest galaxy that is recorded at this current time is the Zwicky 18, and it's only 500 million years old. Whereas the
It's a baby.
The Milky Way galaxy is 13.6 billion years old.
Wow.
It would take 1.7 billion years to travel across the Milky Way galaxy.
Wow.
Outer space has been said to smell like burning metal, walnuts and brake pads, gunpowder, or burnt almond cookie. That's what it smells like out there.
Question. If they have to wear the big things out there to breathe, how in the hell would they know? Did they capture it in a jar like they do farts?
I mean, it's possible.
Huh.
It's definitely possible because it said the moon's apparently smells like used gunpowder because of bringing back moon rocks.
Right.
When they,
okay. I get that part.
yeah. So it's possible that they, jarred up some air, some outer space fart air, and that's what it smells like. Now, if you don't wear your helmet in space, all of the air in your lungs will be forced out, causing you to fall unconscious in 15 seconds as your brain and other organs go into hibernation from lack of oxygen, and then you die of suffocation. Terrible. Like I knew that that's what happened. However, that's how fast it happens. Holy crap.
I didn't realize that's how fast it happened, but I know that
that was my thing. Like I knew that that's, that you basically, like, if your helmet comes off, or, there's been people, I guess if somebody got off the connection tether, from the ISS or whatever. Oh God, do I want to see what somebody said?
It's Bob.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Oh Lord.
I'm not gonna fart in a jar. But people sell farts in a jar, and you can buy them on eBay and shit. People sell their farts in a jar for like $50 fucking, and people buy that shit.
It's got to be a mason jar.
I'm in the wrong business. I mean, I need to start getting some mason jars and just have a side business. And I could call it fart and sniff instead of scratch and sniff,
Oh my gracious.
Well, the fart traps instead of thirst traps. You post the fart traps. Yeah. All right. Anyway, go ahead. Side job we can think about anyway.
Yeah, why not? And you think it gets cold here and cold in other places. It is cold out there. It is negative 454.81 degrees out in space. That's cold.
Damn. So somebody said, okay, somebody had said there was one planet, it's just a gas. It's just gas. There's no surface. It's just a gas. Or is it two planets that it's gas?
There's quite a few, there's quite a few actually.
Okay. Well, one of them has 2 moons. And one of their moons has a surface, but it's ice, and you could ice skate on it.
Let's see. I don't have that fact written down for any of them.
I don't know. I remember seeing it in one of the damn documentaries. I didn't write it down because it wasn't pertaining to.
Okay.
But I remember seeing that about one of them is a gas for the planet, but that planet has 2 moons, and one of the moons you could actually ice skate on it.
It might be Mars.
Oh.
It might be Mars, because if I remember correctly, Mars only has 2 moons, and they're shaped like potatoes.
Yeah, but Mars has a surface.
That's true. Because let's see, all the other moons, like we have the 1, Mars has 2, all the other moons have all the other planets have double-digit moons.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember. High trauma. I also remember I watched this other. Huh?
Bob said it's Tatooine. This is Star Wars reference.
Oh, I was like, I don't know what that means. Oh no, we're gonna be doing some ice cream licking. We're gonna find a fucking ice cream store this weekend. And the 5 of us girls are gonna go lick on some cones. And we're gonna videotape it.
Oh my gracious.
Yeah. I don't do the Star Wars though, so she's a fan. I'm not.
Yes, I am. So I started off with the sun, and I'm working my way all the way out. Bob wants to know if he can come. He's like licking cones. Can I come?
You can come too, Bob. You can do the videotaping for us. Julie, get ready to lick some ice cream this weekend.
So obviously we know the moon is the center of our solar system. It's made of gas. It is 92.96 million miles away from Earth, and it's 4.5 billion years old. When the spots on the sun erupt, it can mess with our phone signal.
No
and
shit.
I did not get a chance to dig into that. That was something that I wanted to do yesterday, but of course I wound up like sleeping all day yesterday from complete exhaustion.
Wish I could sleep all day.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind looking into that, because apparently it's, I would think that if something erupts, because with the sun, it burns 4 million tons of hydrogen every second. So I would think that something like that probably affects satellites and everything like that. So that in turn is going to wind up messing with any type of, we're a wireless satellite, everything's based on that these days.
Yeah.
That's what, if we have a blip in something, the sun probably burped or farted, and now it's messing with our cell phone signal.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I had no idea.
I didn't either. So the sun is actually made of other defunct stars that have just kind of melded together. And that your weight on the sun would be 27 times what your weight is here on Earth. 27
planets be farting and burping.
That's right.
They do.
That's right. So Bob, whenever our signal cuts out now, well, it's not a moon fart; it's a sun fart.
Well, there you go. The sun farted, and now my Wi-Fi's out.
Are you serious? The sun farted. See? The sun farted.
I wonder, since we're talking about farts, what would happen if whoever goes to Mars and they're in their outfits, but what happens if they're gassy and they toot in their suit?
They got a new Roaring 20s song called The Suit Toot Gassy. I don't know.
The gassy suit toot.
There you go. They fly. We writers said they fly sideways. Bob said brings new meaning to shooting rays of sunshine out of your butt. Don't light a match, okay? Whatever you do, just don't light a match.
Oh, Lord.
So now for Mercury, it takes 3.2 minutes of light to reach Mercury from the sun. It's the smallest planet, and it's only, well, other than Pluto, which people are on both sides of the fence about Pluto, because it was declassified as
Which
a planet.
I don't think is right. I don't think it's right.
It was declassified. Exactly.
It's been a planet for so many years. I grew up with Pluto being a planet, and all of a sudden, oh, we have Planet X now that's out past Pluto. So Pluto's no longer a planet.
That's cool.
What is it? What the fuck is it then?
Yeah. So
and give Planet X a name, would you?
Yeah. So remember, if I remember correctly, it's around the same size. So Pluto and Mercury are about the same size. But it is moonless and ringless. It's the second hottest planet, which blew my mind because I figure, okay, it's closest to the sun.
Yeah.
But no, it's only the second hottest planet. It has a crater on it named Dr. Seuss.
Okay.
It's got the thinnest atmosphere, and there's no seasons on Mercury.
Right. And I watched another documentary about how Earth became, how it started, and it was called The Big Bang.
Yeah.
And how Earth ended up getting its 4 seasons, and how we got our tilt and everything, how we get our 4 seasons and everything. And let me tell you, that is a fantastic documentary.
I'll have to check that out. I'm surprised I haven't come across it yet.
I'll get the name of it.
Okay.
But you will learn about Luna the bear.
Okay.
And the sea turtle. And before we end, I saw this other documentary that has nothing to do with planets, and I'm gonna tell y'all to watch it. And it's a fucking amazing. But anyway, go ahead.
So for Venus, it takes 6 minutes for light to reach Venus. Again, no moons or rings. Obviously, we know slightly smaller than Earth. It has 6 mountain ranges on it. Venus also has mountains, valleys, and volcanoes. And actually, Venus has more volcanoes on it than any other planet. And Venus is actually the hottest planet in the solar system.
But it's the second. Okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have water.
No.
Okay.
Bob, I'll get to Uranus in just a moment, okay? You just be patient.
I almost spit that out. Bob just wants to talk about his Uranus.
We'll talk about Uranus in a moment, honey.
Oh,
maybe it'll go along with the Brazilian waxing I was talking about at the beginning of the podcast. Who knows?
I will do that, Spirit Stalker.
Yeah.
It is rude to spit, but I didn't. I almost did. I kept it in.
So for Earth, obviously, we're all pretty much going to know a lot of these for Earth. It's 8 minutes for light to reach here. We only use 11% of our surface to grow food. Barely 1% of the water on our planet is usable, and 20% of the total population breathes contaminated air. The same side of our moon always faces Earth. The third of our surface is partially or totally a desert. And that if you drilled a hole straight through, it would take you 42 minutes to get to the other side.
Repeat that last one.
If you drilled a hole straight through the Earth, it would take you 42 minutes from one side to the other.
No shit.
Yeah. So whereas people, oh, you're going to dig a hole to China. Well, like if I just drilled a hole, it would take me 42 minutes to get there instead of, 6 flights, 8 layovers, and, a screaming kid.
Huh. No shit. I did not know that.
So here is the fact that I totally just had a moment with, and I was like, oh my God, this makes sense now, is that our year, I had no, don't come at me, y'all. Please, for the love of God, don't come at me. that our year is actually 365 and a quarter days long. And that's why leap years are a thing. Because the leap year helps adjust for that quarter a day over so many years. I don't know how I missed that in school.
Me
I don't
too.
even remember learning that in school. I don't even remember learning that in school. So I was like, okay, it's pretty neat.
Everybody's being so dirty.
Yeah.
They're saying dry hole. Where is it? That's unfortunate. And then a little liquid hot magma. When you hit the lava, it's hot and wet. Come on.
Spirit stalkers want to know if men can get erections in space. I mean, I look at it like this. There's no gravity out there. So obviously that thing's just going to be flopping all over the place as it is. So, I mean.
Yeah, we could only ask the people that's like lived at that space station.
Mm-hmm. I've cried out loud if I didn't have to wear a bra, like I'd constantly have to be like, all right, get back.
Right, because they'd be flopping up there.
Smacking me in the face, like.
But what if you spin? I mean, there's going to be one down and one up, and they're all. Yeah, I'd still have to wear a bra just to hold them down.
I'm waking up like that anyway, so I mean, one's in my armpit and one's. One winds up, being all over the place anyway, so it really doesn't make a difference. So for Mars, it takes 13 minutes for light to reach. It also has seasons like Earth. Mars has the biggest volcano in the solar system called the Olympus Mons. It also has the biggest canyon in the solar system. Would the beans be above it? They probably would. Oh.
God dang.
Yes, my boobs would be ping-ponging. They would.
I can't stop.
See, that's probably a good reason that I have hardware in mind, so that I can just tie a string to them and, like, kind of, bunker them down on something so that they'll stay in one place.
That's how to get black and blue eyes. My canyon is not that big, thank God. My hubby said I have the biggest canyon. What the fuck?
Oh my gracious.
God almighty.
Actually, Mars has the biggest canyon in the solar system because it's 2,500 miles long and 4 miles deep. So
I can imagine the comments that are coming after that.
God.
I need a tissue.
I mean,
we can't take anything serious. Fuck.
If your canyon is that deep, are you putting, like, what are you putting in there that it's that deep? Okay, like, does it echo? Like, does it echo? I just want to know.
God.
Bob wants to be an astronaut.
Yeah. Astronaut.
Oh my Lord. But yeah, what's in that canyon?
Who was it that said they were 36 double D? Who was that?
I don't recall who that was.
I'll try to go back there and find it.
Wee Writer.
Oh, I'm 38 double D, so I'm right there with you.
So the other two things I have on Mars is you weigh less on Mars, and the moons are shaped like potatoes, which I said just a little bit ago. Let's see. Let's see what you guys have for Jupiter, because I don't know if, I mean, there's probably going to be a lot of fart jokes for Jupiter just because of the winds up there. They got the winds, something terrible. But Jupiter is 43 minutes for light to reach. I kept seeing conflicting information. They have anywhere from 63 to 80 moons. And they have 4 rings. It's the biggest and fastest spinning of all the planets. It has an ocean that's made of liquid hydrogen. That's just kind of creepy. I don't know why. It's just creepy. It emits more heat than it receives from the sun. They're currently checking the moon, Europa. I know somebody had mentioned it earlier, but they're currently checking it to determine if it harbors life. Oh yeah.
Well, but if it harbors life, then it wouldn't be a moon. It would be
exactly. So that's what they're researching right now. They're in the process of doing research on that.
So if there ends up being life on there, so it will have another planet then, planet Europa.
Exactly.
All right.
And then they experience winds varying from 192 to 400 miles per hour.
Oh my God.
For hurricanes,
so is that like sort of like how we have hurricanes or the typhoons or a tornado, or is it like all the time?
I believe it's all the time.
Dang.
Because Saturn, which is the next planet, the stripes on planet Saturn are as a result of the constant wind on that planet.
No shit.
Yep. And Jupiter does know how to blow.
It does know how to blow. At least something does. Finally.
So Saturn is the only planet to rotate around itself faster than its orbit. When the seasons change on Saturn, the planet changes color. It has hexagon-shaped clouds. It's the lightest planet in the solar system, and it has 61 moons.
Dang.
Yeah.
The rings are starting to break up. And one planet, they forget which one, their raindrops turn into diamonds?
Yes. I believe that is on Neptune. Yes, on Neptune.
Dang. Why is my nickname now Jupiter?
Because you've got the winds, something fierce.
Oh. Well, I am pretty gassy, so.
So here you go, Bob.
Mandy. Good night, Mandy.
Good night, Mandy. Here you go, Bob. It's your planet, Bob.
Falling on my head.
So, for Uranus, or as you know, for Bob, Uranus, it's the coldest temperature of any of the planets. It has at least 27 moons. The wind can get up to 560 miles per hour.
Dang.
Uranus spins horizontally.
Yes.
And excuse me a moment.
Uh-oh.
I've
heard it spins diagonally. So, but when it does turn, you see darkness for like 5 years.
Yes.
So you have daylight on one side for 5 years, and then you'll finally get it to turn, and then you're in the dark for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The atmosphere on Uranus is made of ammonia, methane ice, and water, and that's what gives it its pale blue color. Yes, we writer. It's got a cold anus. Very cold anus.
It does sound like Alaska.
But I bet you won't ever have no hemorrhoids if you've got a cold anus. Yeah, I know, right, Bob? There's methane on Uranus. I mean, what are the odds?
Good Lord. Oh my God. That's
so now for Neptune, I couldn't find as much regarding Neptune. However, that it rains diamonds there. They have 14 moons. The only spacecraft to visit Neptune was NASA's Voyager 2, and that was in 1989.
Right.
And that a year on Neptune lasts 165 Earth years.
No shit. Good Lord.
So
they really do, Bob. They really do.
So we'll all be gone before Neptune has an entire year.
That's crazy.
And then, of course, because as we just said, Pluto is still a planet to me. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I don't care what anybody says.
Dwarf planet, or it is a planet. That's how I learned the acronym. You know, that's how I learned it, and that's what I'm sticking with. And damn it, I grew up with the Magic School Bus, and they included Pluto. So guess what? That's what I'm sticking with. Okay. Pluto it takes over 5 hours for light to reach Pluto.
Dang.
Yeah. Sometimes Pluto, and see, here's the kicker. They declassified it as a planet in 2006.
Did they say why?
I did not see too much as to why. A lot of it, like you were saying, as far as Planet X, stuff like that, I really didn't get a chance to get into all that a whole lot. However, Pluto tends to orbit closer to the sun than what Neptune does.
Okay.
There are mountains on Pluto. And it was actually named after an 11-year-old girl named Venice Burney. And I believe she was in relation to the person who discovered Pluto. And it was actually discovered due to a calculation error. There is more black holes than they first realized. There's a lot more.
I didn't know that either. The Mars orbiter crashed into the planet because scientists forgot to convert metric to standard system, the computer programmers. That's like talking Greek to me, though, Bob. I have no idea what that means.
And then, of course, that Pluto is smaller than Earth's moon. And I've always knew that Pluto and Mercury, Pluto was the smallest. However, Mercury was only slightly larger than Pluto, but not really by all that much.
So what if it was a dwarf planet? I don't understand how you can just all of a sudden it's not a planet anymore.
Right. Like it's not one that
it's small.
Small ones need love too,
I
damn
was
it.
gonna just fucking say that. I was just gonna say exactly that. We use the standard system of measure in US inches, feet, yards, metric, anywhere. Okay, yeah. Poor Pluto accidentally got discovered small and displanted. Could he do anything else wrong?
That's what I don't understand. Yeah. And that's
yes, it was Justin, but now they have another. They said that they have another. It's called Planet X.
So then why not just say that? Further. So then why not just say that Planet X is the 10th planet in our solar system?
Or possibly the 11th, because the Uranus.
Europa winds up, if it winds up harboring life,
Yeah, then it's going to be a planet, not a moon. NASA
And
had
who's,
two teams, one from US, one from Europe. Conversions weren't made.
Gotcha.
Well, there's a lot of shit that NASA don't tell people. And there's a lot of, what do you mean Twitter just changed to X? There's a lot of stuff the government ain't telling us too. Okay, so who all on here watches? Did we cover all the planets?
We did.
Okay, so who all on here watches Netflix?
I did.
Okay. Elon is dropping the bird and replace. Oh, for God's sake!
I'm gracious.
And I still ain't gonna do it because I don't like it. I never was a Twitter fan. There's a documentary I'm highly recommending on Netflix. I was at work. Very slow day. It was pouring rain at the office. And I was glued. I was glued in. You couldn't move me. It's called, what is it fucking called? My Octopus Teacher. It's so fucking amazing, this documentary.
My Octopus Teacher.
My Octopus Teacher. Watch it. I fucking was at work boo-hooing. I had to get tissues. It was so amazing. This guy he became friends with this fucking octopus under the water and went every day for like 3 years, every day, and was on camera and video. And this thing included him in her life.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. I never knew they were as smart as they are.
Oh yeah.
She would swim up and lay on top of him just for pets. Like, it's fucking crazy, this fucking thing.
Oh.
She loved him. She loved him. She included him in her whole life. She would go feed and use him to aim her to where she could catch food. Like, it was fucking amazing. She would. Octopuses get playful. They're playful. They play with the fish. They're like, and then boop, to boop with their tentacles. Fucking crazy. Y'all have to watch it. Please watch it. Please watch My Octopus Teacher. And please come tell me what y'all thought about it.
I'm definitely going to have to watch that now.
I'm telling you, Lily will sit there and watch it with you. Like,
will she?
Thing is it's amazing. It's absolute. It's absolute. It's all underwater. The guy's telling his story about how he came across her, and like it was amazing. So I knew I had to tell you guys about it.
I'll have to check that out.
This is one of the best documentaries I ever watched. I was glued to that fucking computer. And have some tissues at the end. I know. You're right, rewriter. They do not. Yep. And I don't even want to tell you how it ends. I'm not even going to tell you. I can't even tell you. I don't want to talk about it because it's going to give it away. And it's just, I'm telling you, write it down, watch it when you're at home. Quit talking about it, WeWriter. We can't give it away. It's absolute. You're gonna fall in love with this fucking little girl octopus. I'm telling you.
I'll have to check it out.
And she's only like as big as his hand. Oh, she's fucking adorable. And her eyes, he gets real close and you can see her eyes looking at you. Oh my God. And their little horns. She has these cute little horns. Oh my God. Y'all have to. It's on Netflix. My Octopus Teachers. Please watch it. Please watch it. You're exactly right, Wee Writer. I do too. And I didn't know much about octopuses, and I just found it it was just amazing. But I'm giving y'all homework. Y'all have to watch it, and I want y'all to come back and tell me what y'all thought of it. Septopus. I have no idea what the fuck that is, Bob. I have no idea. I don't know if it's on anything else. I think it's just on Netflix because it was a Netflix show. But yeah, this guy, he's a professional photographer, and he tells you his whole story and what he finds every single day when he goes down there, and he shows you the whole videos of her and her den and how she makes the den, and it's crazy.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
At least check that out, Tygus. At least just go in and under documentaries and look for My Octopus Teacher. It's just, you're welcome. No, Octopus is James Bond. What's that guy's name?
James Bond.
James Bond movie. Yeah, that's a James Bond movie. No, this is an actual octopus. Octopi is one octopus, or is it?
I thought octopi was the plural.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Every time when I was watching it the first time, so he'll be filming her and she'll get scared and she'll shoot off and she'll ink. And you'll see her ink, and I'll be like, she inked. Like, she just inked because of the.
It's not neat. Okay.
From the movie that Bob was just talking about.
Yeah.
How on what the hell? Let me find it.
I didn't even know.
Finding Dory. It was on Finding Nemo. How she inks, and then she'll stop and she'll be like, "You made me ink." Oh God. Yeah. Anyway, y'all please watch it. Y'all please watch it. Y'all are going to fall in love with, and I don't think he even named her. He should have named her. He should have given her a name, but.
Oh my gracious.
She's an inker, all right.
Oh God.
So I have my next 3 podcasts already done and ready to go. I have Silly Riddles, which Trauma came up with. So I was hoping to do Silly Riddles with Trauma Diva.
There you go.
And then I have TV show trivia, and somebody had come up with TV show trivia, but I did come up with a way to play it. So somebody can join me in the TV show trivia if they like. And I have what you call Pika or Pica. it's the craving or chewing of substances that have no nutritional value. So, but it's actually an eating disorder that I didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
But people eat crazy things like toilet paper, or this one lady drinks bleach, another one drinks paint, stuff like that. So
there's one, I remember that girl ate the inside of couch cushions.
Yes, I did a TikTok to that. I have her on here. Mm-hmm.
Preferred one color. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She eats mattresses. She only likes the ones that are super fluffy, that are 1 inch thick.
Mm-hmm.
She already ate her mattress, so she goes in when her mom's not in her room and snabs some of her mom's mattress, and her mom doesn't even know she's eating the fucking thing. Like, it's ridiculous, this girl. So we'll be talking about that too. I've got several of those down. So that's my next three.
My thing is this: the girl that eats the toilet paper, does she have to wipe when she goes?
Well, now I've seen two chicks. This one likes, the one on here likes 2-ply. She likes 2-ply paper. But I've seen another girl who only likes 1-ply because it melts on her tongue and she likes the way it feels on her tongue. So, but a lot of the toilet paper eaten ones, they get clogged up, so they don't wipe a lot.
Bob, was it what? Yeah, I was gonna say George the animal. He was the one that liked to eat the turnbuckles off the wrestling ring.
Ew. Ew. So, yeah, the lady didn't say she has a favorite color paint, but she drinks a certain amount of paint per day.
Excuse me.
It's ridiculous that these. So I don't know what order I'm going to do them in. I'm going to do the riddles with Trauma Diva, like I said, because she's the one that came up with the silly riddles. So I'm going to try to find out when she's available to do the riddles. I don't know what order I'm going to do these in, but those, be prepared that I'm going to do those three next. I don't know if it's called Pika or Pica. I'll try to find out. But Pica, TV show trivia, and silly riddles. So I just got to figure out who wants to go on when and for what one. I figured you'd be a good one to go on to do the Pica thing with me.
Yeah.
And you, because you like to do research like me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if we do that one, it would have to be.
Well, we can discuss it this weekend.
Yeah, that'll work.
Because I won't have one before this weekend. I probably won't have my next. Wednesday and Thursday I work, and Wednesday and Thursday is also my last due day shifts for the month. I go back to night shift now starting Monday. So I could possibly do a podcast Thursday night, but I'm going to be exhausted. I won't be able to get it scheduled until I get home from work, which is about 6.
Yeah, don't rush it.
And then I'm going to be with y'all all weekend, so I won't be doing one this weekend, but we will go live this weekend.
Right.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking she wasn't interested, Bob, but please talk to her, would you? Oh, I got to talk to you. I'll tell you about that this weekend. Or did you know about it? Bob's mom's house?
No.
Oh, I'll tell you about it this weekend. It's haunted.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to get us in there.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah.
Road trip.
Friday. Okay. Well, call me Friday, Bob. I think you have my number, don't you? Just text me. I'll give it to you. Do a dee do dee dum do dee do. Do a dee do dee dum do dee do. Is that the tune she was going for?
Maybe. Oh gosh.
Do a dee do dee dum do dee do. Is that what you were going for, rewriter? How do you stop the ghost from coming to you? I have to do my meditation to turn off the chakras, or they'll constantly come to me. So I have to turn it off, and I'll turn it on 1-800 ice cream. Fart in front of them. Yeah, they'll usually go if I fart. Yeah, the ghost will smell my toots, and they usually boop, boop. So anyway, I'll see you girls this weekend. I will talk to y'all before then. And oh gosh,
have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining.
I'm peeling so bad and it's itchy. Oh God almighty. It's itching like crazy, y'all.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Oof. I'm going to be on TikTok live for just a few more minutes. Thank you guys so much for joining tonight. Hope y'all learned something. I know we don't really take anything seriously in here, but there was a ghost who turned the dryer on by itself. No shit.
Ooh.
You tell me about that, writer. Like at your house? All right. We can all move over to TikTok.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Mwah.